Welcome to the Roasted Snow Horror Show,
where fear and dread go head to head.
Welcome to the show, where the screams collide, where blood runs cold, and the shadows hide. Each week a fight, two films will clash. Last week's champ, will it burn to ash? The Roasted Snow Horror Show, where fear and gore will always flow. One film wins, one must go. The Roasted Snow Horror Show. Lights go down, the fight begins. Which nightmare takes the final win? You pick your side, we'll break it down. The Roasted Snow, the goriest showdown.
and here are your hosts.
Chris and Ryan!
Welcome back, everyone, to the Roasted Snow Horror Show. I'm your host, Ryan Rosted. Everybody thinks my last name is Roasted. That guy over there is the sexual tyrannosaurus, the snowman, Chris Snow. How you doing, buddy?
Hey. Doing really good, man. Doing really good. How are you?
I'm doing
Happy New
awesome.
Year.
Happy New Year. I hope the first couple days here have been fantastic for you.
I think they shall.
Yep, we are recording this, 3-4 days before New Year's?
4
so,
days in advance, yep.
Yeah, so hopefully...
Happy future New Year to everybody listening.
Yep. Love you guys, all of you. Yeah, so hopefully you guys are able to check out our previous episode where we ranked some of the worst horror movies. That
was a lot of fun. I had a lot
it
of fun
was
doing that.
so
one with
much
you.
fucking fun. Yeah. We there's a couple fun unplanned surprises in there, so go check that out. You can watch it anytime, listen any time of the year. If you want just some crappy horror movies to talk about, we got them. We are talking about one today that was probably ripe to be on that list, but it did not end up
100%.
on the list. So that must mean something.
Hey.
And we are talking about Anaconda.
Anaconda.
2025 remake, kinda.
Call it a meta remake, if you
meta
will.
remake. The meta make. There
The
we
meta
go.
make.
And this one, I remember we talked initially when we saw the trailer, and we're like, we got to find a way to make this into the show because it is more of a comedy than anything. But
I mean, it's Paul Rudd and Jack Black.
it is, yeah. But they are. They are remaking a horror movie, which it still is it's a B horror movie, Anaconda. It's not going to win any awards.
Yeah.
CGI snake, all that. So we will get into that. But I got to ask you right off the bat here, what is your favorite Paul Rudd movie?
Oh my gosh, you put me on the spot.
Or Jack Black. Well, we'll do both.
I mean, Jack Black is School of Rock, and it's not even close.
Well, I was going to say, what's your favorite Jack Black movie? And you can't say School of Rock.
Okay. Okay, this is a deep cut. I'm going to go with Orange County. Do you remember Orange County with Colin Hanks?
I do. Yeah, that came. Did that
I have ideas for businessmen, like a fucking T-shirt that says "loser."
It's been so long since I've seen that movie, but oh man, yeah. That did that come out before or after Shallow Hal?
Around the same time, I want to say. I think we would have been maybe like 8th grade, 9th grade.
Okay. Well, my favorite Jack Black movie, he was not a main character in it, but it is I Still Know What You Did Last. I'm just kidding. It's not that one.
How dare you?
It's Tropic Thunder.
Oh, okay. I take it back. Tropic Thunder I like way more than I like Orange County. I didn't even think of Tropic Thunder.
Right.
Because everything about Tropic Thunder is amazing, and that movie could not get made today, and that's why it's even funnier.
And when I first saw Tropic Thunder, I thought like, it's okay. And on the second viewing, I'm like, what the hell was I watching the first time? Because this movie is fantastic and like.
I'll stroke the shaft, follow the nugs, and swallow the gravy.
I'm one dude disguised as another dude playing another dude.
I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
I don't break character to the DVD commentary.
Yeah, he's like,
That movie is so wonderful, dude.
It's
like,
so
oh my
good.
gosh.
But yeah, there's so many
the fatties fart too.
fatties. Yeah,
oh my god, gross!
Oh, gross! You're just mad because I'm skinny. I'm not.
Jeff Portnoy. Jeff Portnoy. Jeff Portnoy. And Jeff Portnoy are the Fatties, Part 2. In some countries, it's considered a compliment. Letting loose this summer.
The fake trailers make that movie. My God! And when the first time I saw it,
left the refrigerator door open.
Again. Only this time, it's different. Who left the fridge open?
It's yeah.
I'm gonna watch that tomorrow. That movie's too good. Oh my god,
it's so good. And this Anaconda movie really had those vibes.
100%.
The meta vibes of it. But you still didn't answer your favorite Paul Rudd.
Oh man, there's so many good Paul Rudd movies, and I don't know if this counts, but I mean, the fact that he was in Avengers Endgame, I think, kind of takes the cake for me because I love that movie so much. So I got to go with Avengers Endgame. And honestly, it's not that it has to do with Paul Rudd. It's just the fact that he's in that movie and I love it so much.
Right. Okay. And I'm gonna go a really. This is a horror show, and this is probably the scariest movie I've ever seen. But Clueless.
I'm growing a goatee.
Yeah, can't you tell? Yeah, which is his storyline's weird in that because they're like step siblings,
and she ends up falling in love with him. It's a little strange for me.
It's weird.
I'll just never forget my favorite scene of that film. It's when they're trying to teach her girlfriend how to drive, and her boyfriend Donald, her boyfriend Donald Faison is like, no, keep your hands on the wheel at all times. And then behind them is a semi, and he just turns around and starts screaming.
So good. So goddamn good. Yeah. And Paul Rudd, the ageless wonder.
Guy looks great.
Perfect casting as Ant-Man. Because I wasn't really interested in seeing Ant-Man, and then I did, and especially in Endgame, because there's like, so you're saying Back to the Future is bullshit?
Back to the Future is a bunch of bullshit?
Yeah, we got to, by the time Ant-Man came out, I felt like Marvel was kind of digging deeper, like, how do we get these characters that not a lot of people are necessarily familiar with to kind of pad out the roster? Didn't know what to expect, and I remember I went and saw it, and I was like, this is great. Paul Rudd killed it.
So damn good. So yeah, you have these two guys, and we'll get to a couple housekeeping things here in a second, but the basic, it's Paul Rudd and Jack Black's characters. They want to remake the movie Anaconda because they loved that movie when they were a kid, and and then hilarity ensues. So I mean, there are some jump scares here. There are a lot of horror references and Easter eggs. So that's why we felt the need that we had to cover it. And it's another light week in horror. But good news for you guys, January is fucking jam packed with horror. So
and that's followed by February, which means Scream 7.
Fuck yeah. But it's at the end of February. At least it's a short month.
It is the end of February. Yes.
But with that, we are going to do the return of the Roasted Snow Olympics. So, and if you guys are new here, we like to take the countries outside of the U.S., of course, that have the most downloads and give you guys the most prestigious award and non-existent medals. We do a bronze, silver, gold for most downloads, and this week we're even going to have some honorable mentions because we had a lot the last couple weeks come in. Love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us, and make sure you're following us on our socials and emailing us at roastedsnowhorror@gmail.com. We want to hear anything and everything from you guys from all corners of the world.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Exactly. And this list, the bronze, silver, and gold, are actually going to make me eat my own words here from a few weeks ago. So we will get to it here. Bronze, you guys must have heard me talking shit. You must have heard us talking shit about you. It is our good old neighbors to the north. Canada, hello. You were late to the party, but we're glad you're here.
Hello, Canada.
And I'm still
love you guys.
Blame Canada soundbite. We love you. I'm a hockey guy, so you guys know I love you.
Avalanche fans.
Yes, old Quebec Nordiques. I'll rock that stuff anywhere. I should have worn that hat, but I went. This movie's bananas.
How about those Avs this year, huh?
Fuck, man. Yeah, Canada, get it together with hockey. Yeah, but anyway, okay. Canada, third. Thank you guys for showing up. Like I said,
we see you. We love you.
but you're still here. You're fashionably late. We love you. Keep being great neighbors up there. We'll keep it down though, huh? And then in second place, from way around on the globe, we got Australia.
Hey,
taking the silver.
good day, mate.
Yep.
Throw another shrimp on the bobby.
Australia, you guys love you some Saw. That's what I learned on this. You love some Saw. So thank you guys. I know we dropped a couple Australia references and
was that shrimp on the Barbie offensive? I didn't mean it to be offensive.
No, it's all love here. All love for everybody. Even you, Canada. We love you. And then this gold, they also must have heard me talking shit because I got on them. They won the inaugural gold medal of the Snow Olympics, and then they went dormant. And then they came back with a fucking fury.
Hey-o!
Last week, welcome back, 2-time gold medalist, India.
Some champions over there.
Welcome back. Yeah, you were the first 2-time winners here. We got like Ireland, obviously. You barely missed the cut this time, but you've been up there. A couple more honorable mentions that we have not had before. We got Chile. We got the Philippines.
Hey-o.
We got Costa Rica in here. And
Costa Rica.
we have Germany, which that one kind of scared me a little bit because I do say, we do talk a few movies about people fucking up Nazis. So, but, we love you guys over there. We hope you enjoyed those episodes and keep them coming, guys. We can only give out 3 medals that we don't have. So please let's see who wins it next week or the week after. I'm so excited to see what new countries come of this. But we've had New Zealand. We've had so many here. So thank you guys. Thank you. Canada, Australia, India, you got bragging rights for the next week or two. So with that, we are talking about a movie that takes place in Brazil. So Brazil, hopefully we see some of you guys this time. But this is obviously 1997. Anaconda came out. Movie about a big ass fucking snake.
A lot of good memories about this film. And the reason I say that is because I feel like Anaconda was the first film that you and your friends talked about like word of mouth. Like 97, it was Anaconda, it was Independence Day, and it was The Lost World, Jurassic Park. Those 3 films were like, that's what you talked about at school. And when you're out of the playground talking about movies, you're talking about one of those 3, right? Independence Day was that summer. I can't remember if The Lost World was earlier the year or also that summer. And then Anaconda is what we were talking about in the fall. So we were talking about that one a lot on the playground. So that one kind of a lot of memories of talking about all the thrilling parts of that film and John Voight getting puked up after being half digested.
Oh, John Voight, yeah, he's in so many different movies, but yeah,
you're
absolutely right. This one was kind of like that. I mean, because I think it came out. We were in elementary school.
Yeah,
so,
we were kids, 2nd grade, 3rd grade.
So it's just like I don't want to see that movie about the big ass snake. That sounds terrifying. And obviously, as you get older and you see like there is a lot of campiness to it. And
you start to feel like the fact that you got to see it, you're like breaking a rule. It's
right?
Like, it's PG-13. I'm gonna break a rule. That's why you talk about this because all 3 of those movies that I just mentioned happen to be PG-13.
Well, and actually, The Lost World, I remember watching that. I didn't see it in theaters, but my dad had the VHS of it, and I watched that, and I remember that first scene always stuck with me because, the family's just having their nice beach picnic, and then
the compies are like, hello.
Fuck.
My dad took me, I was 9 years old at the time. He took me, my oldest sister, and her friend to see it. We did see it in theater, and that was great. I'll also never forget, there was a shared moment. I don't know if you remember towards the end of the film when they're running from the Velociraptors and Malcolm's daughter and Julianne Moore, Sarah, are in the warehouse and they're trying to climb. They're trying to dig out the back of it and they're trying to pull the boards up so they're going to creep under. And then out of the blue, a raptor's head just kind of sticks its way through. I'll never forget, the entire theater jumped out of their seats. My dad started laughing. He was like, that one sticks with me.
Well, I remember in that one because the T-Rex comes over to San Diego, and it's like, oh fuck, no, they're in. That's like
in the city now.
It's like you guys stalking the girl in the bedroom. Like it's so man.
Chomps the poor dude right when he's trying to run to the theater, into the store.
Right. And then Independence Day. I mean, that one scared the shit out of me when I was that age because
it's infinitely quotable. Welcome
Dude,
to
yeah.
Earth. Could have been at a barbecue.
Yeah,
Bill and the best 4th of July speech by a president of all time. Come on.
I watch it every 4th of July.
You're damn right. I just got it on Blu-ray this year.
Oh, damn. Yeah, we will not vanish into the
Without
night.
a fight, we will only live on. Today we celebrate our Independence Day. Damn it if I didn't want to fly up in a jet fighter after hearing that.
Right? Hello, boys. I'm back. So damn good. But I just remember like the scene where they're going to the one chick is going to the party to meet the aliens.
She brings out the thing and
And then
blows up the whole building. Oh, I love that.
There's a tunnel here in Colorado. I don't know if you've driven under it, but it's the one that it's on I-70 and it's going into downtown. But every time I'm in that, because they have the little doors on the side, it reminds me of Independence Day. Oh, and same with the Eisenhower Tunnel. I'm just like, okay, if the aliens attack and there's fire, I know there's that door, and then the dog has to come follow me, and my wife's like, we don't have the dog with us. I'm like, okay, well, still, if there's a dog. But yeah, so there's a handful of those movies, and I remember actually another one. It wasn't one that kids talked about a lot, and it's one that people hate now, but I always look back on it fondly. But was the Matthew Broderick Godzilla? See,
yeah, I forgot
movie.
that Diddy did the song for it because I just watched the Diddy doc recently.
I'm halfway through that.
Oh,
and,
bro,
that was
because
one of my favorite
he did the
songs,
song
dude.
for that one. Yeah,
That was
you
one
always
of my
thought you were
favorite-
hard bumping that thing.
Fuck. Yeah, we're not getting into that documentary because that's terrifying and a whole different.
No,
level.
that's a different podcast. That's a different podcast.
Yep, that's not ours. Go check that out wherever that is. It's true crime. But yeah, that.
I thought you were gonna say Mars Attacks.
No,
I love that one too.
I think I saw that once. I haven't seen that.
That's a
in
Jack Black
forever,
film. Full circle. Jack Black was
No,
in that.
there you go. There you go. Yeah, Jack Black. He's been in so much, and obviously Tenacious D, and
Can't you see he's the man? Let me hear you applaud. He's more than a man. He's a shiny golden god. If you think it's time to fucking rock and fucking roll out of control, well then you know you've got to rock the block. You fucking fuck my fucking cock. Cause when you rule, you fucking fool all of the fools out of the jewels. Cause if you think it's time to fucking rock, he's going to kick your fucking ass. And you know his name is Kyle Gass. Rocking and fucking rolling and fucking rocking and fucking rolling and fucking
and all that. He definitely has an interesting range. He does a lot of voice acting. But that original Anaconda, I remember because like I'm not one of those people that enjoys snakes at all. I'm not like deathly terrified of them, but I also like they unnerve me. I don't go to the zoo and it's like I can't wait to see the snakes. And just the thought of this massive creature out there that can just take you out, and obviously it's all the horror tropes. It's like, it's going to pick off people one by one and all these interesting ways. I actually rewatched it over the weekend to prep for this episode, and before I went and saw the new one just to see if there's catch all the little Easter eggs. I will say this: there weren't as many as I thought there were going to be.
I think some of the ones we'll get into obviously as we talk about the film, but some of the returning actors was a nice surprise. I actually didn't expect to see. Well, no spoilers, but I didn't expect to see that.
Right. I expected a lot of callbacks. Like I thought they were going to film like shot for shot, but we'll get into that as well. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on the first one, since it was so long ago, and that's the thing. And I never saw Anacondas, the Hunt for the Blood Orchid or whatever it was called.
Oh yeah, you can't. Yeah, me neither.
I figured that was pretty. I think there was another like straight to DVD one after that, but the one, I mean, you had Ice Cube, you had J-Lo, you had Owen Wilson, Voight.
Owen Wilson was in it. He got eaten by the anaconda. Also, Eric Stoltz. A lot of you guys don't know, Eric Stoltz was the original Marty McFly before they actually cast Michael J. Fox. They actually filmed a decent amount of the movie with Eric Stoltz before Robert Zemeckis was like, you know what, unfortunately, this just isn't working. So they called Michael J. Fox back. And when Eric Stoltz was Marty McFly, Melora Hardin was his girlfriend. And when they recast Michael J. Fox, they recast Elizabeth Shue in his girlfriend's role. So, fun fact. But yeah, Eric Stoltz is in the original. I'll never forget the scene when John Voight puts a knife right into his throat and gives him a tracheotomy so they can get the bug out so he can breathe.
Mm-hmm. He does the whole, it's Agent Strom. It's Strom before Strom.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and just the way that movie plays out, because again, rewatching it and it brought up so many good memories. Because it's just like, damn, like now you're watching it as a full grown adult, and
It was, you guys might not know this, it was J Lo before J Lo was a singer. She wasn't a singer yet.
Mm-hmm. It was one of her first roles too.
Yeah, she was a fly girl on In Living Color before this, and then she transitioned to acting with this and like some other stuff in the mid-90s.
Yeah, and then Ice Cube, I can't remember. I believe this was before Friday.
After Friday. Friday was 95. Yeah, Friday was 95. And then he had a string of good ones in the late 90s, too. He did Friday, he did Anaconda, and then he did, of course, Next Friday and Ghosts of Mars and Boys in the Hood, which is earlier 90s. But yeah, he had a string of hits.
Yeah, he, and obviously in this first one, it's not like he shows a ton of range, but he is, he's a little bit of a comic relief. Like
he's your token black guy. That's exactly what he is.
Yeah, the only movie trope that it doesn't follow horror movie is that he doesn't die.
He didn't die.
He doesn't die at all.
He's one of only three. He's one of only three survivors in the actual film. Yeah. Eric Stoltz, Jennifer Lopez, and Ice Cube.
Yeah, and like you said, we'll get into some of the Easter eggs, but they did throw a couple nice nuggets in there.
I like the piece of the original after it has already swallowed John Voight, and then 5 minutes later it's chasing Jennifer Lopez, and it pukes up John Voight's body. And he's still alive because he just comes
winks
out.
At her.
Yeah, he's half digested, and he just winks at J-Lo. He's like wink, and then he falls over dead.
Right. Yeah, I mean, obviously the CGI snake in that one is not good.
No, it's 1997. Well.
Yeah.
It is kind of cool after it eats Owen Wilson, and then the scene is changing, and you see the anaconda swimming through the water, and you can see the shape of a man and his face in the anaconda's belly.
Oh man, yeah, and Owen Wilson, he had some weird, like he was in The Haunting, like he has some iconic kills for like PG-13 movies, because like the one in Anaconda,
he died in Armageddon. You remember in Armageddon?
He did. Yep, he did. He's like, so the worst thing imaginable. That's all you got to say. The worst thing imaginable. Yeah. Forgot he was in Armageddon. Yeah, that's another one where it's like, hey, I wasn't supposed to see this, but I will. But yeah, so that's a stroll down memory lane. So we saw the trailer for this. It came out, and you're just like, okay, Jack Black and Paul Rudd are remaking Anaconda, fine. But the trailer really set it apart because I think Jack Black runs into Paul Rudd's room and it's just like, all right, I don't want to wait anymore. We're remaking Anaconda. And it's like, okay, this is actually part of the movie. And then you find out that it's these two guys that are setting out to actually finance this film and remake it. And because they were best friends back in the day.
Fans of the original.
Yeah.
It'd be like if you and I decided to remake Saw.
Dude, I put that in my notes. I'm like, this movie is our friendship. It reminded me a lot of it because like the conversations that they have and kind of their ideas. So the premise, the spoiler-free premise is that Jack Black and Paul Rudd and a couple of their friends, they're childhood friends. They want to get into filmmaking. Jack Black's character, Doug, he is he's a wedding filmographer. So his life didn't go exactly how he planned. Paul Rudd, Griff, I think his name's Griff, right?
Griff, yep.
Griff, yeah. And he's a super struggling actor in Hollywood. He did move out to LA to try and pursue those dreams, but they decide like, hey, like we're getting older, let's just do this. Let's do it. Paul Rudd says that he has somehow acquired the rights to Anaconda. And so that sets everything in motion, and as you can tell, stuff doesn't go as planned, and an actual anaconda starts stalking them, putting them right into the movie that they are recreating. So that's basically the spoiler-free version of it. So if you have not seen it, get the fuck out right now, because I got a lot of notes on this one. And so we will get started with Anaconda.
Spoiler cast.
You wanna kick us off on this, bad boy?
Yeah, we'll kick it right in. So you did a great job, obviously, breaking down kind of the premise of it. So we have our childhood friends, Doug and Griff. There's also a couple other ones, Kenny, of course, Claire. Basically, they're kind of all in the same spot. They're all unsatisfied with the way their lives have turned out. They're older. They're in their mid to late 40s. Things haven't kind of gone their way. And Griff, Paul Rudd, reveals to them that he has somehow obtained the rights to one of their favorite films, Anaconda. And so they get a loan and they travel off to the Amazon rainforest in Brazil to make a low-budget indie version of the film.
Can I pop in with
please do.
when they're going through like their lives, like their friend that's a girl, like she's going through a divorce, and
Tandy Newton,
yeah, and then Steve Zahn is Kenny, and he has a drug and drinking problem, so he actually got fired from Doug's filmography company.
Film company, yep.
Yeah, and so he says this line in here, and he's like, "Oh wait, so you're sober?" He's like, "Well, I'm Buffalo sober," which means that I'm just drinking beer and wine. so
I love that.
If you know anything about the city of Buffalo, and especially of Buffalo Bills fans and whatnot, like Bills Mafia, like they are crazy. So Buffalo, New York, shout out, you guys are crazy out there. But what I really the first thought that I had in my mind was when Doug is going through his life. Because they present it in a way you don't know what he's doing. He's talking and he's pitching this movie, and he's just like, okay. And then we have a close up on the moon, and then we crane down, and then we're on the back of this creature, and he's just going into it, and he's like, and then they attack this person. Yeah.
He's really making it sound like it's a substantial thing.
Yeah, and then it zooms out, and he's talking to this engaged couple who want to film their wedding video, and they're just like, no, we just want to jump in the air and high five, and that's really cute. And it's just like, because that's Chris and I talk about this shit all the time. It's like, oh, how badass would it be if like this happened, and this happened,
and he did this.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, that'd be sweet. Yeah, so that's what made me think of. I'm like, oh wow, that's kind of like what we do. And so obviously Doug is very unsatisfied. He didn't do well at his filmmaking career. They end up having a surprise birthday party for him. Griff, Paul Rudd's character, brings a VHS copy of a movie that they made when they were kids, and it's called The Quatch, I think.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. The Quatch, basically they are being chased by this Sasquatch-looking thing, and there's some corny, shots in it
of what kids would do. I mean, I don't know about you, Ryan, but when I was younger, my buddy Newell and I we used my dad's old 1987 video camera to record our own version of Jackass. We called ourselves the Dingbats. I still have some scars on my arms and legs from that.
Well, what were some of the stunts?
We called one tet carring because we found an old like plastic go-kart frame down a canyon. So I would get on that thing and we would just go down like a side of hills, knowing that we're just gonna wreck. One thing we did, we took his dog's shock collar and we tied it around my leg, and I just took off sprinting, and then he'd hit the button and I would just fall over.
God damn,
fun stuff like that.
Yeah, safe stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
Stuff.
So all that to say, we took you guys can get the idea of what this Quatch film kind of looked like with the shots of what they were filming.
Yeah, they're all watching it, and they're obviously it's nostalgic for them. They're really feeling it, and they're just like, oh man, those were the days we didn't have any responsibilities. We had so much fun, and that kind of leads into because Paul Rudd, Griff, he's doing just some guest spot on a TV show where he's a surgeon or a nurse or something, and he loses his job there because he's not a good actor. He's not a good actor.
It hasn't worked out well for him.
No. And he's walking by all these posters, and then he ends up walking by Anaconda and just like stares at it, and then that kind of leads into where Chris was talking about gaining the rights to that film, which does take some coercing to Doug, but I'll let you take it from here how they get started.
Well, I'll go ahead and say also that obviously as they make their way to Brazil to film this, the other buddy, Kenny, is Steve Zahn, who,
yep, mm-hmm.
Like you said, Buffalo Silver, but it reminds me of the fantastic Jack Black film Saving Silverman, which so just seeing them together again, it kind of put a grin on my face because that movie is so hilarious and again also infinitely quotable. But yeah, Steve Zahn plays a great Kenny. And then their fourth friend Claire, Tandy Newton, of course. And I lost my track of thought. Oh yes, so they go down to Brazil. They're going to make this low budget indie version of the film, right?
Well, and then when they're going through this montage, they're like, okay, so we need a snake, we need a handler, we need.
They're talking about all the things they need. Yep, they meet Santiago.
Yeah, well, they're like, they're like, so I think this is going to cost like 20 million. They're like, yep, that sounds about right. And then they go and get financing. And it's like, you've been approved for $9,400. And of course, Steve Zahn's like, yes. And then
all right.
So then they cut budget and they're just like, okay, here, they're like, all in, I think we can do this for $43,000. They're like, yep, that sounds better. So yeah, that Kenny was, he he hires Santiago.
Santiago, the snake handler.
Which is, he's a good character too. Yeah.
And the reason they end up needing Santiago afterward too is because poor Griff, they start filming their movie, they're in the Amazon rainforest, and right off the bat, poor Griff accidentally kills the snake that they were meant to use. I'll let you tell him how he does it. Because...
Yeah. So, and there's some back and forth with the snake handler, and he's just like, they let him meet the snake, and there is a part earlier before they start filming where the crate isn't secure, so the snake comes out and almost like slithers past the sleeping cast and this and that, and
I should say you're meant to think that the snake they're using is going to be the one that terrorizes them.
Right, yeah. So they're just like, damn, like so Kenny's just like, he told me he was the best over the phone. And so it's like, you can tell this guy's got some issues. He's obviously a discount Temu version of a snake handler, not one that would be used in real Hollywood. So they're doing this scene where Griff...
He's like the Tiger King of snake handling.
Right, exactly.
If you think Steve Irwin is the crocodile hunter, and you signed up to get Steve Irwin and you instead got the Tiger King, that's kind of what they've got with Santiago.
Guess what, motherfucker?
Yeah, he... so they're filming this scene where Paul Rudd's character, Griff, and his character in the movie, he's supposed to play like this badass, so they're doing this scene where the snake has to get really close to his face. And Paul Rudd is definitely afraid of snakes, so like, why he wanted to do the Anaconda movie is kind of beyond me. But so Jack Black is the director, Doug is the director, and it's like, get closer. This is the shot. Gets so close to his face, and then Paul Rudd kind of freaks out and pushes the snake off the boat into the propeller. The boat propeller, and just slices his head off and just slices him into a million snakes. And Santiago is heartbroken because this is like his family.
He's like, no.
Yeah, he's so heartbroken over it. So then they're just like, we don't have a snake for our snake movie now. And all while this is happening, and this part kind of lost me. There's this subplot of there's this girl that's being chased by these what you think are like mercenaries through the jungle.
The gold miners.
Yeah. I think the movie could have been done without this part, but it does drive
especially
along.
Especially because it doesn't pay off. Like, there's no part of this subplot actually pays off. You know what I mean?
Right. So the boat they're on is actually commandeered by this other girl that's being chased by these what you assume are bad guys through the Amazon. Anna. So she actually ends up being part of the movie, but that's the subplot. Is they obviously they go into the jungle, they try and find their friends.
Well, the other piece too, obviously they've killed their snake, and so Griff and Santiago go into the jungle to try to find another snake that they'll be able to use. Right.
And so they go into the jungle, and of course a real anaconda comes out and starts he takes out Santiago. He goes after Griff escapes. So they have that threat, the new anaconda. This is the one that is going to be chasing. Yeah, this is the one that's going to be chasing them through the movie. And then you have these other guys that are chasing Anna, that are also there. So they end up reworking the script halfway through, and they're just like, no, like Anna will be this badass, and then so there's this friendship dynamic with Griff and Paul, or Griff and Doug. I don't know why I want to keep calling him Paul.
Because his name's Paul.
Well, no, I'm talking about Jack Black. I keep wanting to call him Paul. I don't know why. Yeah, Jack and Paul. We'll just
Jack and Paul.
So, Yeah, now I lost my train of thought. But
Well, needless to say, like you were saying, they kind of reworked the script to have Anna be kind of more of a focus, and Griff doesn't like that very much. I mean, the whole purpose of him coming down here to do this movie, like this, I mean, this isn't really a subplot, but obviously his motivation is he's hoping that this might actually turn into a hit, and then he, as the main actor, will revive a career and he'll have something going for him. But Doug has, when they run into Anna and they meet her, he adds her character. They focus mainly on her. She's going to be this badass, and Griff kind of takes a secondary position, and he doesn't like that very much.
Well, and before that, Griff is all for it because Jack Black, Doug, he sits in his room because he's like, we don't have this snake now. I got to rewrite this whole thing, and there's this cool montage that going through his mind and everything. So he presents this to everybody, and Griff reads it, and he goes, "This is a goddamn masterpiece." Super, just weird on it. And then they're just like, yep, because this has substance. It has themes. That's their whole thing, is themes. And then I think Kenny looks to Doug and he goes, "You could be the white Jordan Peele." He goes, "God damn it, I was thinking the same thing." So that's the type of humor you get in this. So it's you could be the white Jordan Peele.
You could be the white Jordan Peele.
And so Griff is on board at the start, and then it's clear that he is being pushed aside, and his love story with Claire is also getting pushed aside. So there's that dynamic in there, and then everything kind of comes to a head because Anna, much like in the first movie, as John Voight, is taking them to an area where they're not supposed to be. And she knows this. They do not know this. Turns out she was actually smuggling gold, stealing gold, and the guys chasing her are actually the authorities. And at this point, Griff has kind of walked off because he doesn't. He's mad at everybody. He's mad at Doug. So he actually comes across a gun. I forget how he gets the gun, but he comes across it, and he comes across this scene, and from a distance, it looks like his buddies are all being held at gunpoint by these authorities, but he thinks they're the bad guys. So then, of course, he's like, "I'm going to be the hero," and he gets the scope, and he shoots one of the cops in the leg. And then he comes in, and he's just like, "Don't worry, I'll save you." And then he kind of realizes the situation. He's like, "Oh, fuck."
But you forgot one piece before we get there, though. So remember, Griff's not really enjoying that the film is really focusing on them. But before all this happens, another film crew happens to come across,
yes.
and they're like, "Whoa, what is all this about?" And this film crew claims that they're also remaking Anaconda,
and they're on this nice it's
clearly a budgeted thing.
It's like a yacht, And they're like, "You guys making a movie?" They're like, "Yeah, Sony's rebooting Anaconda." I know, no original ideas anymore. And
then Doug is like, "What the hell? I thought we had the rights to it." So he confronts Griff about it.
Yeah, and Griff is just because the story he gives is like how he befriended the family of one of the people the movie was based on,
Sony,
or the book was based on. Yeah,
yep.
And just handed him over the rights. So it's a very flimsy story to begin with. And then he's like, "I mean, we don't technically have the rights, but who cares about that?" And Jack Black goes, "IP? Literally everyone." So, and just with how movies are done now and how everything, and so I enjoyed that little line of just like, "Yep, nobody can make an original movie anymore." And
little dig at what they're doing.
Yeah, and it's a Sony picture, so clearly they're making fun of themselves. So, there you have that, and so that leads to an argument. Griff goes off, and then I think earlier
this is where he finds the gun. This is actually where he finds the gun.
Yeah, because he comes across
their set.
Their set has been destroyed by the Anaconda. So there's director's chairs everywhere. There's set pieces, and actually one of the producers is running, and he's like, "Oh, I'll save you!" And then the Anaconda just and then Paul Rudd goes, "Nope," and then goes back. So he gets the gun, and then that's where he stumbles upon his crew and thinks he's saving the day. He is not. Anna, ends up killing the killing the cop.
Yeah.
Yep. So they have no help now. She's turning on them.
Yeah, she kills the cop, and then she turns the gun on them, on Griff and Doug and all those folks.
Right. And she gets deep blue seed by the Anaconda here.
That's a very good way to put it, actually.
Yeah. I mean, obviously not that impact, because if you guys haven't seen Deep Blue Sea, like that's an all-time just like, oh, what the fuck?
Yep. Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, of all the ways that Samuel L. Jackson has died in film, this one is even better than Mace Windu getting force pushed out a window. I mean, this is great.
Because at least Mace Windu wasn't in the middle of a big speech, and he's obviously Mace Windu wasn't the main character. And anyway,
subverting expectations, because Samuel L. Jackson is in a rousing speech. The camera's zooming in on a rousing speech, and then out of the blue, pun, big shark just grabs him, and he's dead.
So not with that impact, but along the same lines, like Anna's talking, and then the Anaconda, takes her into the water, kills her, destroys her. So they end up, and I believe there's a part before where Kenny ends up taking some of Santiago's pills. And
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so he ends up fucking some stuff up, and it's like, I thought you were Buffalo sober. He's like, no, you know what? You're fired again. He's like, no, I need this.
I need this job.
Yeah, so it's just there's a lot of little funny parts like that. But we're trying to stick to the main parts. So they end up they're chased by the Anaconda, to the point where Jack Black his character also gets deep blue seed, because he is and for all of you, I will put in the deep blue sea scene right here.
Now you've seen how bad things can get and how quick they can get that way. Well, they can get a whole lot worse. So we're not going to fight anymore. We're going to pull together and we're going to find a way to get out of here. First, we're going to seal off this movie.
But yeah, so Samuel L. Jackson gets fucked up. So Jack Black is in the middle of this rousing speech about how, their friendship is going to survive, that he's just eaten alive by this, by the Anaconda just out of nowhere. And then much like in the original film, he is regurgitated, but they check his pulse. He has no pulse. So, and this part was in the trailer, but they set him up as a diversion.
Bait.
So that they can escape from the Anaconda. And it's so hilarious how they do this, because they duct tape a dead board.
It's very Weekend at Bernie's.
Yes, it is. If Bernie was a decoy for an Anaconda. So they strap this dead boar to the top of him, which I'm sure you've seen on the poster or the trailer. But and then it's Steve Zahn is like, oh wait, no, like anacondas love dead rats or something. So he sticks a dead rat into or a dead squirrel into Doug's mouth. Yeah. So then they start running. They get away. The Anaconda's coming. They think they're home free, and then obviously Jack Black is not dead. Opens his eyes, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And it's a PG-13 movie, so they get one F-bomb, and this is where they put the F-bomb in. And I thought it was great placement. So then he has to run with this boar strapped to him, and then the boar is alive and starts screaming. So it's actually a really funny sequence. He ends up escaping. The boar does not make it, however.
No,
unfortunately. So they all survive, and they reconcile, and he's just like, okay, but I just have to know, like, whose idea was it to put the squirrel in my mouth? And Steve Zahn's like, it was a group decision. So that's just a funny part there. And then they stumble upon the rest of the set from
the set that had been
remake,
wrecked.
and I'll let you take it away from
Yeah,
here.
man. So fun Easter egg. We mentioned earlier, the Anaconda had destroyed the set of the film crew that was already down there filming for the actual reboot that Sony was trying to do. And as they do, they encounter one Ice Cube himself, who was actually. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I will say a beef here with this is he enters wearing a hood.
You're not supposed to know who he is.
Yeah, but I mean, you kind of know. And they use AC/DC's Back in Black. You could use any Ice Cube song, an NWA song, and
Check yourself. Check yourself before
and
you
they didn't. I'm like, this is literally like what this is for. And I gotta know, because we asked this earlier, but I already know the answer to this. Your favorite Ice Cube movie, and why is it War of the Worlds?
How dare you, sir? How dare you? Don't you put that evil on me, Ryan Rosted. Don't you put that evil on me.
Okay, favorite Ice Cube movie then?
Oh, man, I gotta go with Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, what else could
classic.
it be? Just classic comedy, hilarious, love it to death. I could quote it. I could probably quote the entire movie beginning to end. That's how many times I've seen it.
I love Chris Tucker, too. So, my favorite Ice Cube movie is probably 22 Jump Street. I love that one. Just the whole scene with Schmidt's daughter.
Now, gentlemen, we're not gonna sit here and pretend it's not a big-ass elephant in the room.
What the fuck is going on?
This is what the fuck is going on. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! No! That is not happening right now! No! Hey, yo, he's fucking the captain's daughter! Yo! Every time you say that shit, that's another foot in your ass. Schmidt, he literally, this is the best thing ever. Schmidt fucked the captain's daughter. Schmidt fucked the captain's daughter. Schmidt fucked the captain's daughter. Shit! You fucked Captain daughter? Captain, what the fuck? You bragged to him to his face. To his actual face. Captain, do you understand that? This face right here. You bragged to that face? You actually high-fived Schmidt for fucking your daughter. Holy shit. Oh my God. This is...
It's really not that funny.
Yeah, man. That is so good.
So
We're
good.
not just popping each other's assholes, okay?
But yeah, sorry. So they run into Ice Cube. Ice Cube kind of saves the day for a minute.
He really does. They run into Ice Cube, and of course, don't forget they're being pursued by the Anaconda as well. So they run into Ice Cube. Ice Cube actually helps them kill the snake. They set off a bunch of cool pyrotechnics that were left over from the original set, and they end up killing the Anaconda. They thought they were going to kill the Anaconda that way, but it doesn't work.
Well, there's some funny lines in here because they're like, Ice Cube? And he's like, well, I ain't John Voight. And then they're like...
Another fun Easter egg.
Yep. And then he's like, because of course they're like starstruck, so like they're asking for selfies and shit. And he's just like, he's like, man, I gotta go check on my castmates, my crew. And Paul Rudd's just like, that's the actor's code.
Yeah.
Then Ice Cube, they're just like, is J-Lo here? And they're like, yeah, she's Jenny from the block. She'll be fine. And then they're like, what about Eric? And he's like, he's not from the block. He's fucked.
There's a lot of really cool little Easter eggs when they run into Ice Cube, just the things that he says, obviously referencing the original film. So to get them all and to understand what he's talking about, you'll have to have seen the original, but suffice to say there's really good dialogue as soon as I show up with Ice Cube. So they're going to use the pyrotechnics to kill the snake. That doesn't work. So Griff still has that gun. He actually shoots the propane tanks. Or excuse me, he uses a flare gun. I got mixed up. Mm-hmm. He uses a flare gun to shoot some propane tanks to blow up the Anaconda's body. So it stuns it, and then Doug actually delivers the final blow to the Anaconda. He hits it in the head.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that actually finally kills it.
Yeah, so it's just the whole Ice Cube thing. I thought it was done really well, minus not using the song. But I thought there's a lot of cheesy ways that they can do some cameos, which I'll get into one that I thought was pretty cheesy, but they end up so they survive this ordeal. They kill the anaconda with the help of fucking Ice Cube, and then they end up back home, and they have this movie premiere, and they don't really show a lot of the movie that they shot, and I thought that was a little disappointing because I thought that would have been a little funny to show what they actually made. But they have this premiere, it's the happy ending, and then they come on and they're just like, Sony shortly after delivered a cease and desist because they didn't have the rights to Anaconda.
It's awesome.
And then this was the cheesy cameo that I wasn't. I like that the cameo happened, just not the way that.
First, Griff and Claire got married, which is kind of cool.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then you can talk about the cameo because someone visits Doug.
Yep. There's a knock on the door, and then it is Jenny from the block. She's like, "Are you that director that did the knockoff Anaconda remake without the rights?" And he's like, yeah. And she goes, "I loved it. I thought it was great, and I want you to direct the real Anaconda reboot." And then he kind of falls back. I thought it would have been better to have J-Lo kind of in that final sequence, since obviously she was there. It kind of came off to me like she didn't realize that she was in that part of the movie. It felt off to me. I wasn't crazy about it. I'll get into a couple other things that I wasn't crazy about, but overall, I had a good time with this movie. And
the last thing is, I think it was a mid-credit scene. Santiago is actually real to be alive. The Anaconda didn't kill him.
Yeah, Santiago, that guy. Yeah, he's
all in the jungle.
He has a fun conversation with Paul Rudd earlier because Paul Rudd's trying to apologize for killing his snake, and Santiago's like, he was my brother. He was like, I know he's Snake, but he was like my family. And then Paul Rudd's like, I know, I lost a good friend of mine a while back. He goes, yeah, kind of same thing. He goes, yeah, except for mine was a human person. So, yeah, I'm just going to pull out my notes here and see, because I did take quite a few here for this. Some I've already touched on. So I wasn't crazy about the campy of the cameos, at least that cameo. I thought it was funny because the title of the movie that they're writing is The Anaconda. So I was like, So I wrote down, the snake goes to Ohio State. The Ohio State.
The Ohio State.
It's a weird movie where I actually preferred Jack Black's performance to Paul Rudd's. I wasn't crazy about Paul Rudd's performance.
Okay, that's fair.
I thought obviously I get what he was trying to do. He was trying to play a bad actor, which is probably really hard for him because obviously he is talented. He is Paul Rudd. But he does like these weird like accents during it. And like some are like intentional, but some like there's the one where when they're setting up Jack Black as the bait and he's like, that seems like a really good idea.
That's a really smart idea.
I'm like, where the fuck is that coming from? Like, so I wasn't crazy about that. And whereas Jack Black's character, I thought he actually toned it down from his normally like weird, like quirkiness type thing.
He played a little low key from like the normal Jack Black that you see.
Yeah, he was
high strong and
yeah, like he was actually pretty serious. Like he's a family guy, a family man in it.
He's married.
He really plays the character that was written well, and it was a nice surprise for me. And just neither here nor there, shout out, but we had the Dawson's Creek theme made a huge presence in this movie.
Nice, yep. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait.
I don't want to wait for my lunch to get colder. Why can't I eat it now? I don't want to wait for the new Toyota. I want the car that's got a lot of gas.
Top 5 TV theme song of all time, in my opinion.
I love hate that song so much. God, I hate that song.
No.
Paula Cole
wrote that song. Not that song. He wrote that show, okay?
Paula Cole and all her music from the 90s could burn. I hated it.
You know what song from the 90s I always think of? Be like, the perfect sky is torn.
This is how I feel.
Yeah. So, okay. That was our 90s recap of music. But yeah, so that song is prevalent in it. So those were a couple things that I didn't like. I thought, but I thought the way they went up, and obviously the secondary storyline of Anna and the friggin', mercenaries, not mercenaries type thing. Wasn't crazy about that, but what were your overall thoughts of it?
Yeah, so I went in, I didn't want to have expectations like this is going to be a continuation of the first one or be in the same vein as the first one, because the first one's, or the original I should say, is genuinely going for like an action thriller vibe, and this is a hard comedy. So anytime I see Jack Black doing something, I know like he takes it balls to the wall, and it was kind of cool to see more of a subdued performance from him. Thought he did great though. I thought it was fantastic in that regard. I thought Paul Rudd's character was really funny. Having Ice Cube come out of the blue, like not expecting it at all, was I was pleased. I will say it was a total miss in not playing some Ice Cube music. Especially, or even the N-word you love to hate would be a cool choice to play right there. But overall, I did enjoy that. I mean, it's a movie that's good for a few laughs, right? And I think for guys like us who, remember the first one from when we were 9 years old, 8 years old, and can kind of relate to it that way, like, it's made for us, If you haven't seen the original or you don't have a fond memory of the original, this one's not going to stick with you. But it's made for those of us who do have good memories of the original.
Well, and that's where another beef that I have with it, because it is made for us. We're in our 30s. We were of a very sponge-like age when we first saw it and heard
Very
about
much.
it. So why wasn't this an R rating? Which I can tell you why,
Fair.
because my theater was full. And there were a lot of there were 7 and 8 year olds in this movie. That
Interesting.
It was people were taking their families. I'm just like, and then there were old fucks like you and me that were there clearly to watch it. But I was just like, you could have done so many over the top, just funny kills with an R rating. You could have had a lot of F-bombs, but taking it as it was as a PG-13 comedy, I did think it was quotable enough for me to remember stuff like Sober Buffalo Sober.
Sober.
Yeah, and so I thought it held itself together enough, but I was just thinking, I was like, this is for our demographic, our age, our maybe a little bit older even. So like, why are we, unless all these kids have seen the original Anaconda, which maybe they have, but it really would hit us, and I thought an R rating probably would have been a little more beneficial, but we'll look at the box office when it comes out. I'm sure it'll be right at the top, so what the fuck do I know? Sure, PG-13, you made the money.
And it was slow movie week, right? We did Avatar was last week, and that's blowing away the box office. It's already made almost $1 billion, which you'd expect it to. And then Anaconda released on Christmas Day, and there wasn't another big Christmas Day release. And if you're the kind of family that likes to go see a movie on Christmas Day, it's kind of nice to have a PG-13 rated thing that you could take the whole family to.
Yeah, and obviously theater was full. People were laughing really. I laughed out loud quite a few times, and that's all you can ask for when you see one of those movies. And I was the same. It was really easy for me to differentiate these movies because it wasn't trying to be a shot-for-shot remake. It had this interesting premise of it's just these two idiots that want to remake the Anaconda movie. Like you said,
That's what I walked in expecting, yeah.
Yeah. It's just like you said, if you and I decided, hey, let's go remake Saw. And who's going to
Which I would totally be down to do with for you, bud.
Yeah.
You and I, we'd be in the bathroom, we'll have Mike laying his jigsaw in the middle of the floor.
No, because he'd
he wouldn't have to act the whole film. He just needs to lay there.
Yeah, but he'd rip ass in the middle of it.
He 100% would. He 100% would. Or he'd get up in the middle of the film and he'd be like, "What am I supposed to be doing?"
Shut up, bitch!
Shut up, Michael.
Lay there.
Lay down.
One day we'll have him on this show. We got to find the right episode.
We love you, Mikey. We love you.
Yeah, we love you, buddy. But yeah. So, all right. So where is this?
So, controversial opinion. And I feel like this is becoming controversial because my winners recently have been not horror films. But I'm going to have this one knock out Sisu too. So as of now, Anaconda is actually taking the top spot for me. As much as I did like Sisu 2, this one is not the funniest movie I've ever seen. It's not the scariest, thrillerist movie I've ever seen. But when going up against Sisu 2, this one would actually take the cake. I like Jack Black. I like Paul Rudd. I like the Ice Cube cameo. It was laugh out loud funny, kind of like you said. And that's all the things that I love.
Okay, and I'll just tell you that this movie has been torched by critics, but fans love it.
That's you can almost expect if critics hate it, then the people who it's made for are going to like it.
Yeah, like it debuted, I think, at like 20% on Rotten Tomatoes, and that was obviously all critics. And I think last time I looked, I think it was like an 81% users. So if you go into it expecting, a masterpiece, then yeah, it's going to be that 20%.
Yeah.
But if you go in just like blank, like, hey, let's kill an hour and a half, let's see it, you're going to have a damn good time with it. And I told you last week, or when we did Silent Night, Deadly Night, that maybe it was the Christmas spirit that took me over, that was going to have that beat Begonia. And I actually went back and forth a lot this week because I was like, man, Begonia was so goddamn good. And so before I saw this movie, I was going to put Begonia back up top. I was going to do a reflip. And I'm going to agree with you here. We're going to have our first ever undisputed champ on this show.
Yo!
It's going to be the fucking Anaconda reboot, remake, whatever. Yeah.
The reigning, defending, undisputed champion of the world.
But having said that, I have a feeling it's going to not make it a month. as the top spot.
I think you're probably right.
Because this month, just off the top of my head, the movie that we're going to cover next week, and I haven't talked to you about it, but I figured you'd be okay with it because A, it has Daisy Ridley, which is Star Wars. It's called
I know where you're going. We Bury the Dead. Yes.
We Bury the Dead.
I've seen the trailer for it. It looks cool.
When you're a big zombie dude. So figured that was kind of the way to go there. Then I think the week after that, it's Primate, which I cannot fucking wait for. And actually, before my Anaconda showing, they showed a new preview for Primate, but it was they had mic'd up everybody at the premiere.
I didn't see that one.
Oh,
which theater did you go to? Oh, you go to the AMC that's down in Southlands, don't you?
Southlands, yep. Mm-hmm.
I have the one that's right here in Parker.
Yep. Shout out AMC Southlands, AMC Arapahoe Crossing.
Yep, that's the one.
So shout out to our AMCs, but so in this one, it comes out and it's actually really cool because you've seen, like, I think Paranormal Activity did it. Some other horror movies do it. They
show like the audience. Yep, with the lights.
They do the night vision. And so it said we mic'd up everybody in this theater, and most horror movies can make one person jump. This movie made everybody jump.
Love it.
And I was already excited for this movie. Like, my wife and I go back and forth because she's like, that movie looks so stupid. I go, look, at the premise looks really stupid, but you can tell it is going to be.
The execution is going to be good.
I have really high expectations for this. I have such high expectations. So that one's coming out. We obviously have the Bone Temple 28 years later. That one's coming out.
Really excited for that. Really excited for that. Mm-hmm. And that's me. If you guys listened to the last episode we did, an honorable mention for one of the worst horror films for 2025 was actually 28 years later. I am overly excited for the Bone Temple because I think it's just going to be night and day, and I think it's going to redeem that one for me.
Right, and I felt the same way, especially with the trailers that have come out for that. I'm really, and I just love the setting of the Bone Temple. It's so awesome.
It's cool.
Skulls going a mile high.
Ray Fiennes, man, talk about a great actor who can sell it.
Fuck, dude, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's so good.
And then at the end of the month, another one I'm really excited for, I think comes out January 30th, so we might not even have it until February, but it's called Send Help. It's a Sam Raimi. That's with Rachel McAdams. And there's so January is chock full.
Yeah, we're gonna have a really great movies to review for January.
It does scare me a little bit because typically studios release their bad movies in January, but like Scream 6 was in January. Scream 5 was in January.
Fantastic.
Those were great. Loved them. So, but we are going to have more true horror and probably less of these fringe, but goddamn, like, I mean, through the history of this show, like, you had Sisu. That's an action film. I had Begonia. That's more sci-fi type thing. And then now we both have a comedy that wins out so
That's
far.
the show.
So.
That's why it's unscripted. It's, this is what we're talking about. That's why we love to do these episodes, the new releases, and the bonus episodes where we get to talk about our favorite horror stuff. That's what makes this show fun. And God bless you, dear listener, for hanging in with us and listening because we love doing it.
Yeah, and we're every week I feel like we're just having more and more fun with it. We're meeting new people, we're hearing new things. We are going to be on the Morbid Outdoors podcast.
Yeah, shout out to
so-
Elise.
Yep, check out that episode. That I believe that drops on New Year's Eve, so we should be a few days behind that now. So if you haven't checked it out, please go check it out. Then next Wednesday, we have not decided what our specialty episode is going to be, so stay tuned.
Surprise, right in the eyes.
The last time that we didn't have this planned out ahead of time, it ended up being our Extreme Horror Edition. So, and that one is, need a shower after that one.
100%. I left that one feeling pretty queasy.
Right. But then next Friday we will be back with the Daisy Ridley, We Bury the Dead, and we'll see how that one stacks up with Anaconda. So with that though, our suggestions. So last episode, our suggestions, I had the coffee table, and Chris had funny games. So I'm gonna let you go first this time.
Absolutely. I'm gonna go with a Netflix original this time. So if you guys have Netflix, you can jump right on and check it out. And this was a surprising one for me. Netflix has done a lot. I will say a lot of good horror films, and I would say over the last 6-7 years, the original ones that they've been producing have been top notch. So this is one of those. It's called The Ritual. I don't know. The ritual. So, a quick premise. If you guys are familiar with the themes of essentially what a Wendigo is and kind of the culture and the lore behind what a Wendigo is, the ritual is 4 friends they go camping deep in the woods on the 1-year anniversary to remember a friend who was murdered, during a, liquor store robbery. And they're just kind of catching up. They're going camping just in remembrance of him to honor him. And sure enough, they're in the woods and some strange happenings start to occur. And this movie takes you to a place you don't think it's going. I mean, you kind of think it's going to go, but where it does end up, you're like, oh, I didn't expect this at all. Because they are being hunted and stalked by this creature, and where this creature ends up with them is a whole nother just mind mess. You're not going to see it coming. It is creepy. The tension's good. The acting performances are fantastic. You can tell it's a low budget film that Netflix did, but again, those low budget horror films sometimes come out the best. This is one of them. The CGI is very minimal in this one, which is great, and it's used to really good effect. So I'm recommending The Ritual on Netflix. Check it out.
That is a damn good one. I saw that one, and like you do with most Netflix movies, you're just like, okay, I need to
put it on.
movie.
You're like, yeah, let me just see what it's all about. This
premise sounds okay. And this one, just speaking as like a film nerd, it is low budget, but some of the cinematography they do in that, because they are out in the woods. I mean, this isn't really a spoiler, but it is something I really enjoyed and has stuck with me. They're out in the woods, and obviously, I believe one of the friends was with the friend that was murdered at
the main character that they focus on. He was actually with the friend during the robbery. He was hiding, he was down low, go, you hide. This guy's gonna kill us. And the second friend was actually the friend who was murdered was standing up trying to prevent the robbery versus hiding.
And I believe the scene, because he's kind of, I think he's either high or he's just dreaming, but the way the cinematography goes, it goes from the woods right into the liquor store. It feels like you're right there, and it's intense. I remember watching that one, and it's that one because it's been out for a little while.
8 years old, 7-8 years old.
Yeah. And you think I think the one that everybody goes to with Netflix originals is probably Bird Box, which I wasn't super crazy about. It's okay. It's whatever.
Yeah, take it or leave it.
Meme worthy. But yeah, this one has ended up on a lot of underrated horror movies you've never seen type list. Fantastic suggestion. I love it. Good. I am going to go with one that is also a remake, kind of going with the theme of this episode. But this is the original. The remake was just made, I believe it came out in 2024, late 2024. But I'm going to be talking about the original, and this is Speak No Evil. The 2024 version.
Good choice.
Have you seen the original?
I know of the original.
Okay. So, obviously the 2024 one had James McAvoy, was also a fantastic film. I really enjoyed it. However, I had seen the original 2 years prior to this one coming out. It's a Dutch film. There's only two types of people in this world I hate. People who are intolerant of other people's cultures, and the Dutch.
There are only two things I can't stand in this world. People who are intolerant of other people's cultures and the Dutch.
Sorry, we love you guys.
We're gonna get Dutch listeners in the Snow Olympics.
Yeah. So, the original one that came out, it has the same dread, the same. There's a lot of shot for shot type stuff that is done in the new one. However, the third act is completely different in both movies. The 2024 one has more of a we're gonna fight back type thing, and we're gonna escape this. The 2022 one has a very dark ending, has a very dark twist at the end, and it is very uncomfortable. It is so well done. It is in English, even though it is a Dutch film. It is primarily in English. The acting in it is fantastic. It is. I personally prefer the original to the 2024 one, which is funny because I love James McAvoy and I thought he was a perfect casting for that type of character, and thought his performance was great. But just comparing the two back to back, I gotta go with the original because of that ending, because it stuck with me long. And I remember watching the 2024 one with my wife, and I'm just like, just wait till the end. And she was like, I mean, it was good, but like, I was like, that wasn't the ending I thought it was going to be. I thought it was so. Definitely check that out. It's on Shudder. Obviously we got to be sponsored by Shudder at some point. I mean,
we'll get it there. We'll definitely get it there. By the time we do the live show next year.
Fuck. Yeah. I mean, and that's we're giving this much to Shudder, and they're not giving us a dime. So, that's how much we love them. But obviously Netflix, they have a lot of good ones too. But yeah, The Ritual is right up there. You cannot go wrong with either of these. So I suggest you guys check these out. Let us know what you think on our socials, at Roasted Snow Horror, at Roasted Snow Horror Show. RussellSnowHorror@gmail.com. We're pretty simple when it comes to titles here. Just look for Thriller and Chiller, our snowman and our skeleton back there. Same logos everywhere. So, Chris, any other thoughts before we leave?
No. Always enjoy doing this. Thank you guys for listening. We thoroughly enjoyed Anaconda. I hope you guys enjoy it too. Check it out. Check out The Ritual. Check out See No Evil. Let us know what you think.
There we go. All right, guys. Take it easy. Have a great night. We will see you on Wednesday for whatever the fuck we decide to do.
Adios, muchachos.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for listening to the Roasted Snow Horror Show. Please follow us on our social media pages and tell your friends.
Pretty please!